How's it going guys, Devious here, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a comprehensive guide on all things starships in No Man's Sky. You will learn all you need to know about how to find the ship you want, how stats differ between them all, recognizing the different tiers of each ship, spawning mechanics, and much more. Before we start, I want to give a big thanks to Infinity Drags on Reddit, whose guide was invaluable in helping me compile this video. I have linked the original guide in the description below. I highly recommend checking it out also. Anyway, whether you are a new player or a veteran, you stand to learn potentially quite a lot here, so let's get on with the video. The first important thing you need to know about ship spawns is that economy type makes a big difference when it comes to spawning. You can see the economy type as long as there is an economy scanner installed on your ship. There are 3 different economy categories you may come across on your travels: low, medium and high wealth. Each category consists of 8 different types with the exception of 9 in high wealth. These are there only for variety and make no known difference to spawn rates, so an affluent high wealth system will have the same properties as an opulent high wealth one. The reason the type matters so much is that only medium and high wealth systems will be able to spawn S-class ships. This is the case for all ships apart from exotics, which all have the same chance to spawn regardless of system wealth. This is due to the game not recognizing exotics as S-class ships. Based on this information, we can all agree that hunting ships is best done in a high wealth system. Another thing to note is that the dominant race of the system is also very important when choosing the ship you're planning to hunt. Ship distribution is the same in every system and is as follows: 1 exotic, 7 shuttles, 7 race specific ships, and 3 of each other race specific ship. A Gex system, for example, will have 1 exotic, 7 shuttles, 7 haulers which are specific to Gek, 3 fighters specific to Viking, and 3 explorers which are specific to Korvax. Everything else will stay the same, so generally you will want to find a system with 2 properties: high wealth and dominant race matching the ship you are hunting. Of course, you will still see each type of ship in every system, barring uncharted ones which have none, so this isn't a requirement. You are just more likely to find a good fighter in a Viking system versus any others, since you will choose from a pool of 7 ships versus 3. Lastly, I want to mention that the ship models and colours are set for each specific system, so in the example earlier, a Gex system will always spawn the same 7 models of haulers no matter what. If you don't find a ship model you like, then it's time to move to another system. This is the reason everyone is able to post coordinates to systems with good looking ships for others to find, regardless of whether you're on PC, PS4 or Xbox One. Now this is the meat of the guide and arguably the most important section, so make sure you watch all of it. Starships in No Man's Sky are categorized by tiers. Fighters, explorers and haulers all have 3 tiers, shuttles have 2, and exotics are all the same tier. The tier of a ship defines the number of slots it can potentially have, with each tier having a different minimum and maximum slot bracket. With the release of Next, ship models are now also tied to tiers, which means that the ship shape you like may be a tier which simply can never have the maximum number of slots. It's also worth noting that an S-class ship will always come with the maximum slots of the specific tier it's in, with the exception of exotics, which I'll explain later. The attributes are pegged to the class and not slot tier, so S-class ships will have specific brackets for damage, shield and hyperdrive, regardless of their tier. Now I will go through each ship type and its respective tiers, including which models to look out for if you're looking for maximum S-class stats. Fighters are made for exactly what the name entails: fighting. These ships are the best when it comes to dishing out damage in space. Not even exotics can match them. They come in 3 tiers. Tier 1 can have 15 to 19 inventory slots, Tier 2 has 20 to 29, and Tier 3 has 30 to 38. S-class fighters have the following bonus ranges: 59% damage, which has no range, 15 to 24% shield, and 0% hyperdrive, which also has no range. A Tier 3 S-class fighter will also come with a maximum 12 tech slots and costs 57.5 million units. The ship models for Tier 3 fighters all have only one attribute they can spawn with, which is forked sidebars. Unfortunately, if you want a Tier 3 fighter, it will have to have these. Every other model is a Tier 1 or 2. Just like fighters, haulers do exactly what their name describes: hauling. These ships have the biggest inventory slots, which makes them perfect for interplanetary trading and scavenging. Haulers come in 3 tiers too. Tier 1 can have 25 to 31 inventory slots, Tier 2 32 to 39, and Tier 3 has 40 to 48. S-class haulers have the following bonus ranges: 19% damage, which has no range, 55 to 59% shield, and 30 to 34% hyperdrive. A Tier 3 S-Class hauler will also come with a maximum of 8 tech slots. The same goes for A-Class also. Tier 3 S-Class will set you back 126 million units, and the A-Class 112 million. The ship models for Tier 3 haulers have 3 distinct features that make them stand out from lower tiers. Unlike fighters, you have a much better range to choose from when it comes to aesthetics. The attributes are as follows: radiators, cargo pods, with the exception of those that have large plates attached to them, and fans. So if you see any hauler that boasts these characteristics, you know it will have the capacity to spawn as a max slot S-Class ship. Explorers are the best ship when it comes to, well, you guessed it, exploration. Their hyperdrive bonus is only matched by exotics, and even then, they have the same slot capacities as fighters. Explorers also come in 3 tiers. Tier 1 can have 15 to 19 inventory slots, Tier 2 has 20 to 29, and Tier 3 has 30 to 38. S-Class Explorers have the following bonus ranges: 0% damage, which has no range, 15 to 24% shield, and 50 to 64% hyperdrive. A Tier 3 S-Class Explorer will also come with a maximum 12 tech slots and costs 38 million units. Just like fighters, Explorers only have one defining attribute, and that is the pods that you can see here. Ships with both double and single pods are Tier 3, though in rare cases a single pod model can be a Tier 1 or 2 as well. Shuttles are probably everyone's least favourite ships and the runts of the litter. Not only do they have the worst slot ranges, their bonuses are equally balanced to make them even more mediocre. These guys only come in 2 tiers. Tier 1 can have 15 to 23 inventory slots, while Tier 2 has 20 to 28. S-Class Shuttles have the following bonus ranges: 15 to 19% damage, 15 to 19% shield, and 15 to 19% hyperdrive. Tier 2 S-Class Shuttles come with a maximum 8 tech slots and will cost you a mere 6.6 million units. Unlike other ships, Shuttles have no distinct model characteristics that set the tiers apart, except for their size. Regardless, the only reason I see people using these god-awful ships is because they like the way they look. Last but not least, we have exotics. These ships can look absolutely gorgeous and pack a good amount of bonuses. Their main downside is a lackluster amount of inventory and tech slots that they have. There is only one tier to exotics, and every system will have one model that can spawn. Each exotic can spawn with between 15 and 20 inventory and a maximum of 6 tech slots. Their bonus ranges are as follows: 35 to 49% damage, 55 to 59% shield, and 50 to 64% hyperdrive. A max slot exotic will cost you 12 million units. In my personal opinion, they are simply status symbols, since while their stats can be great, the lack of inventory space really limits you from using it as an all-around ship. Now let's talk about the best way to farm for the ship you want. Firstly, you will need to decide what you are looking for and choose the correct system for that purpose, as explained earlier in the guide. Here's an example of how you would look for a Tier 3 hauler. To start, we need to find a high wealth system, with the Gek being the dominant race. Once you warp in, I recommend using your economy scanner to find a trading post. The option is in the utility menu of your ship. If you don't have a scanner or want to use another method, you could always go to a space station and ask for directions, which has a chance to give you a marker to a local trading post as well. Once you arrive at the trading post, land your ship. It doesn't particularly matter whether you land on the station itself or nearby. We don't really care about giving the other ships any extra space to land. Next, you will want to jetpack to the very top of the trading post, finding a spot that has the best visibility of all landing pads and the surrounding area. Once at the top, you will need to place down a save point. Personally, I like to stand on top of it and save while quickly looking up into the direction the ships come from. That way, whenever you reload the save, you will already be looking towards the spawning ships, which is a small convenience. This last part can either take 30 seconds or many hours, depending on the ship you're looking for and also your luck. Every time you reload the save, wait a few seconds and you will see a number of ships flying towards the trading post. You can use your analysis visor to scan them before they land to see what kind of ship they are, including slots, class, and price. Keep in mind that once the first group of ships lands, there will be a few ships still circling the station waiting to land, even though there are plenty of spaces. Remember to scan those too, as they will eventually land once the other ships leave. So that's pretty much it for this section. Over time you will learn to recognize ship tiers without even scanning them, which will save you a considerable amount of time when it comes to scanning. If a ship model you're looking for doesn't spawn after a few reloads, make your way to the next correct system and keep trying. Don't forget that if you are looking for race specific ships, then there will only be 7 different models per system, so once you've seen them all, you know that you can go ahead and look elsewhere. The most important thing is not to give up. You will definitely find the perfect ship if you are determined to look for one. Before we end this video, I want to mention my new video series relevant to this guide. Over the next few months, I'll be releasing showcases of each ship type in volumes of 5 each, as well as portal glyphs that will take you to the system you can find them in. My goal is to share at least 100 locations for each ship type so that there will be a big range of choices for everyone to choose from. So if you'd rather save some time instead of farming your own ship, then do check the series out. As always, if you enjoy the content I make, I would really appreciate you subscribing to my channel and liking the video. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see, let me know in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. Until next time.